God,
Well, I'm trying to find the words for what we saw at Dynamite last night, and I'm struggling here.
Moxley got suplexed onto a spike bat. That hurt. That had
A lot
to
of
hurt.
kids got upset because it was a little too gruesome for them.
Aww.
It's not the first time Mox has been
Does baby
penetrated
need
from
a diaper
behind.
change? Does someone need a little nippy nap?
Like,
Are we all watching the same fucking
If you
wrestling
guys
show?
thought
You
that
single self.
that was gruesome, you would not survive watching a Japanese death match. I don't mean a New Japan death match. I
Bro.
mean a Japanese death match.
CZW, one event.
16 within the past 6 months, someone on a WWE PLE ate 16 fucking staples to the face, and you're gonna throw a temper tantrum about someone getting spikes pulled out of his. First of all, guy,
Hold on, I got a word for it. It's bullshit.
it's bullshit.
Wait,
Someone got hit in the head with a toolbox in a Hell in a Cell match just a few months ago.
I
wait,
brought my Mr.
and
Sacco along just for this situation.
and C-Boss.
Nice.
No, Hangman got stapled a freaking picture to Swerve's face.
And they
And
cried
drank
about
his
that
blood.
too.
And
Yeah.
drank his blood. Don't forget, he drank his blood.
And wait, and in that lights out unsanctioned steel cage match, they were literally driving syringes into each other.
Oh yeah.
Boys,
Oh, and don't forget, Osprey
Yeah,
got
I mean-
stabbed in the side with a screwdriver just
No-
last Sunday.
hey, boys, normally I'm along for the ride, but I have got that fucking flu. And I've been throwing up all day long. I gotta go. Love you, boys.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so yeah, Moxley, he upset some people this week. Val, what do you
Yeah.
think about? What are your thoughts about these little, these children that find a little offensive of what we saw on Dynamite?
I have tampons for all of them.
Yeah.
Bitches.
I'll change their diaper. No, I won't change their diapers.
I'm not changing shit.
No, they could change their own diapers. Fuck them.
I can sit.
Yo,
shit
Shane was
out there.
legitimately sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I thought he was.
He's got the flu.
I was waiting
food
for him to come
poisoning,
back in.
dude.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna pop back in here and give us a quip.
Nah,
There's
it's been a rough week.
There's very few things in wrestling that gross me out. And it's mostly because I'm so desensitized to it. Because I've watched Japanese death matches. I've watched old hardcore ECW. I've watched CZW. It doesn't faze me. Moxley getting spikes in his back? That shit excited me. I popped for that shit.
Yeah.
The ECW argument is so old for me, too, because most ECW matches weren't like that. Most
And
ECW were just traditional matches.
That's
also,
true.
if you've been a longtime AEW fan, this shouldn't surprise you. 'Cause
No.
Yeah, Texas death matches. Rosa Britt Baker. What else could you? I mean,
Yo,
the,
I mean,
the
this-
Hollywood ending. Did you guys not see that shot of Tony Storm's face covered in blood? That
Yeah.
was arguably worse.
it's not so much an argument. See, here's the deal. You have to be careful with people because you don't know who's being earnest with their and honest and upfront. A lot of these people who complain about this match in that spot are people who are not even fans of AEW to begin with. So, and we know who you are, and honestly, it doesn't bother us. But at the same time, we feel compelled to address it because it's bullshit. As I said earlier in the pod, it's fucking bullshit. Like, just come out and fucking say it. Like I said this somewhere else. I said that AEW, it's like a musical festival, right? So, like, if there's one thing that you don't enjoy, you walk around, you find something else. You don't need fucking TMZ. You don't need these fucking media outlets, this Twitter and this bullshit to tell you what, how to think. The point is, go to the festival because there's something there for you. So it might not be death metal, but you might find something like Tony Storm giving, amazing licks on the mic. Did you guys hear that promo she gave at the end of the show?
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh my god.
Fucking incredible.
In the words of R-Truth, I don't even think that's PG.
And
For sure.
Her promo work has just, good lord, it's perfect. If there is a god and he made a perfect woman, it's Toni Storm. Perfect look. Perfect ring work.
How did
Juice Robinson land
Massive
that?
cock.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
That man must have a 12-inch.
Oh,
Tony's the prime example of somebody that is good without a leash.
Yeah.
She needs to just run wild with her promo work.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Like,
plenty of
and
people
imagine
like
this,
Ricky
the
Sings
last
who
thing-
need a guide.
The last feud she had in WWE was her getting a pie thrown in her face by Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, I mean, Val, you said it on a server. Sorry, boss, Scott.
And from going from that to this, it's just a night and day difference. AEW really, Toni Storm needed AEW more than AEW needed Toni Storm, but they're elevating each other perfectly.
Yes.
And I'm actually interested in how this match goes between her and Megan Bayne. I didn't think I was, but I actually am, even though like Megan Bayne hasn't cut any promos.
She doesn't need to. She doesn't need to.
I don't know that she can.
She doesn't have to. Yep.
She doesn't have to. She is literally AEW's female Brock Lesnar. Big, strong, has a shitty finisher.
She's not the specimen. Here's the deal with that too. Like AEW, you know, this is why you need two separate companies in North America with two completely different philosophies on how they push their talent. You got AEW, who really does depend on the talented individuals who have the artistic mind to apply their creativity, and they get fucking 4 hours of television a week to show it off. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. Like, these people are artists, and for the actual artists like Toni Storm, and Val, you had said this in the server, like, yeah, I think you had mentioned like biggest WWF fumbles or whatever, and we kind of were in agreement that Swerve is for sure
number one.
Yeah, on the men's side, I would think.
I'd like to retract my statement of saying Tony's a fumble. And I obviously need to explain that one. She didn't look that great in WWE. Going back, she was okay. She was a good talent, but she didn't find herself until she was given the freedom by AEW. So I can't really call it a fumble on the Fed's part, honestly.
That's a good point.
Swerve is a fumble.
Yeah, no,
undoubtedly. For sure.
Yeah.
And then they tried to bring back Hit Row without him, and it failed. He was the charisma.
Yeah.
He was the charisma of that group.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching them. Was the leader of that group, of that stable? Was he the mouthpiece?
He was.
Okay.
He was the mouthpiece. He was the leader. He was all that.
Yeah.
Like
That's so weird that they were just cut him.
Parts of NXT 2.0 enjoyable.
Yeah.
I will say that, like, when I do remember when he was introduced at Revolution 2023, I believe it was 2022. Thank you. He went by Shane Strickland.
That's his real name.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
But I love that he switched it up and went and is going by Swerve, because if he was going by Shane Strickland, I don't know if he would have the same level of popularity.
No,
he still acknowledges Shane Strickland, though. He doesn't try to hide his name.
That was his ring name on the independent scene, where he first met guys like Ricochet and Will Ospreay and who else has he had a personal connection with? MJF. He had that personal connection with MJF.
Darby.
Oh,
Darby, yeah.
Him and Brody had some wars, man.
Oh, I've
love Brody.
Some of those.
Yeah.
Brody King.
That's not my favorite right now, dude.
Now,
100%.
If you guys have never seen Brody King in New Japan, go ahead and watch Brody King in New Japan. He was a whole different beast, and I loved every second of it. I've always said this: if it's one thing a Japanese crowd loves, it's a monster gaijin.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only one better example than Brody King, and I believe that is Brock Lesnar. But
I thought you were going to say A-Train.
Andre the Giant was another one that they loved Andre the Giant over
Vader.
Yeah.
They love Vader. Yeah.
Big Van Vader. Oh.
Yeah.
They embraced the Americana, Texas, cowboy. It's big in Japan. If you go to like Disney World in Japan, I've never been, but whatever it's called in like the Disney park in Japan, there's a whole section that's themed like Americana, cowboy. Cool. Yeah, because they really embraced it after the war. I guess we really culturalized them and shared. Yeah. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, I mean, bro, I have to check that out. I don't know if I caught Brody in New Japan.
I caught him briefly. I've seen him in a G1 Climax. I've seen him in the New Japan Cup. I've seen him in and around tags. They had something leading up to Wrestle Kingdom Wrestle Dynasty with him teaming with Ricochet. And I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot that was a thing.
Wasn't that a thing in WWE where they had Braun Strowman teaming with Ricochet?
Yeah, that was like the last major thing the two of them did before Braun got injured and Ricochet got released.
I do remember that.
He's another fumble. I mean, Ricochet's been killing it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it really has.
But again, it's another thing of it took him needing to do the work on his own to find himself because WWE scripted promos just did not work for him.
Some people can't do scripted promos, and he's 100% one of them.
I wouldn't really say she is a fumble, but I do think Mercedes Moné is better in AEW than she was in WWE.
I can't stand her. I really can't stand her.
I actually don't mind her anymore. I used to hate her, but I'm like, well, at least she's better than Charlotte Flair.
World.
Then again, I could hold up a brick and it would be better than Charlotte Flair. It would have more charisma than.
I just don't
Flair.
like that Mercedes is taking time slots away from talent that I believe are better than.
No, that's understandable. I mean, it's the same reason why we all hate Serena Deeb.
Oh, I can't stand her. She's the worst human being on the face of the planet.
The only reason I prefer Monet over Deeb is at least Monet can actually wrestle and cut a promo. Deeb can't do either.
I don't think Monet can wrestle.
I feel so bad for Deeb.
Her last couple matches, the match with Momo, and especially the match with
Momo was pretty good. Really... But if you look at her with Stat physically carried her through that match.
That should have been the. I know it's probably
the Brit match was just bad on both sides.
Which was so frustrating because I personally loved the feud between Mercedes and Brit leading up to All In. Like I was so into the program.
It reminded me so much of like that whole Outcast versus AEW Originals thing that they were trying and failing to do.
That's part of the reason why That's part of the reason why I liked their feud, though, is because like they got it right in terms of the Outcast versus AEW original story, and I also liked how the two of them were trying to outdo each other. Like Britt came out and overshadowed Mercedes at, I believe it was Forbidden Door. So Mercedes tried to overshadow Britt the next time she cut a promo. And I liked that aspect of them one-upping each other. But
the lead-up was fantastic. But the match sucked.
Yeah, exactly. The match itself could have been better.
The match did not live up to the program. But in terms of Ricochet, to go back to that, I really hope that Ricochet continues to be this obnoxious asshole.
He's going to.
It's not Ricochet, it's working. Like, he's playing himself right now.
It is so good.
Add that to the beginning of his team.
I love how everyone, like in every match he's been in since he's turned heel, someone has just found some ridiculous way to slap his fucking bald head. And it
Okada
started
slapping him was
oh
the
my
best.
god.
That was amazing.
No,
That was funny.
the best for me was when Brody slapped it in that tag
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, that was funny as fuck.
God. He licked his palm and then bam.
But that's
And
I
then
think
Ricochet sold it as eloquently as he ever does.
yeah. I think it's because of everything we've seen with Hangman and MJF during their program and the Swerve Ricochet program. I just thought about it. I'm like, oh my God. If we got Ricochet versus Hangman in a feud, it would just be absolute fire because it would be total psychological warfare. And I think the match would be unbelievable. I know I've said it a lot in the server, but that's just one program I can't like get off my mind. You know what I mean? When there's that one feud that you're like, I need to see those two collide.
That's how I feel about Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Ricochet. Those two would have fantastic matches.
Well, you're gonna kind of get that at Dynasty.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good match.
They're making it a triple threat. That's gonna be beautiful.
I love Ricochet doing the most asshole like surprise roll up. I'm gonna use the ropes to get the pin. Oh, it was so funny.
Which is because
I thought when it happened, I thought legit when it happened that they would have said, "Oh, Speedball wins, by the way, because Ricochet cheated," and that would have been funny. It would be like, "Oh yeah, we caught Ricochet on the rope, so Speedball wins," and then Ricochet would throw a temper tantrum.
That just shows you like wins and losses in wrestling don't mean shit. I mean, we are like just gleaming over Ricochet. Like, who gives a fuck if he's losing his matches? Who cares? The fact is, he's on the show every single week, and he gets to
great promos. He's putting on fantastic matches.
Exactly.
Hangman's doing the same.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you don't have to win every single match. Like, everybody's concerned about, like, Megan Bayne, going back to Megan Bayne. Everybody's so concerned, like, oh my God, how are you? Because nobody believes that she's going to be Tony, and she's probably not going to, at least not win the title. But, like, everybody's so concerned, like, how are you going to protect Megan Bayne? This is fucking wrestling. You can do whatever you want. So long as it's creative and so long as it's interesting, nobody cares. Fans are still going to talk about her, you know?
I bet it's going to be.
It's like how, it's kind of like how Swerve was in the C2. Yeah, he took that loss to Moxley, but it did nothing to ruin or slow his momentum at all.
Which I at the time I was very worried that it would. Bill, you remember that. Clearly I was dead wrong about that. But hey,
I try to tell you, man. I can only do so much.
It's just, I get it. It's just how I felt at the time. I was like, okay, Tony's just gonna keep riding that Jon Moxley train, and he's gonna miss the peak of Swerve. Like, you
can't worry, man. You just have to ride it out. Just ride it out.
The thing is, if the C2 was for a guaranteed like world title shot, it probably would have gone to Swerve, but he was saving Swerve for the world title, and that was a smart decision.
Well, let me give you a point of why, like, in that instance, like, you can't just go with heat. You can't just go either somebody has a lot of heat, let's strap them up, or, you know, they're over, let's strap them up. Look at the Outrunners right now.
Yeah.
We'd be pissed if they're strapped up right now after seeing how they were at the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're so over, but those guys should not be anywhere near title right now.
No, not at all.
I don't even think that, like, I think what they need to do right now is they need to get into ROH, get into a program with like the Righteous and Dustin and Sammy. Well, maybe not Dustin and Sammy immediately.
No, 100% Dustin and Sammy. 100%. I would just have them
like having a veteran like Dustin.
Yeah, those are the guys they should be rubbing elbows with. Yeah, like they need to. They're look, wrestling's fun.
It's a niche gimmick, and I don't think it has 100% staying power.
Well,
Honestly,
it does. It does in a way. Like it's definitely a niche gimmick, but it's wrestling. It's a variety show. Like there is a spot for them on the card. I think that they've hit their peak as far as how far they can go currently. But I totally agree that rubbing elbows with somebody like Dustin is going to help them contrive new spots. It's going to help them kind of refresh in their, there's no reason why these guys can't go to ROH and come right back to AEW. Tony Khan owns.
I mean, they were working excellently with FTR.
Cares.
Look at Queen Aminata. She runs both programs all the time.
Fuck yeah.
And they're starting to do that with
shout
Billy
out to
Starks
Dreezy.
too.
Yep.
They're starting to do that with Billy Starks too, and hopefully, crossing fingers here, Athena.
Oh, for sure, she's coming.
Bring my fallen goddess back, Tony Khan.
Tony's been waiting for her to say she wants it. She didn't want to be main card.
Mercedes basically confirmed it last night.
Oh yeah, she was talking shit on Mercedes. She was like, whoever mentored you or whoever trained you, they suck at wrestling. Now
this is a good spot for her too.
Now Athena and Mercedes Moné have a bit of history in the Fed. They've had banger matches against each other all the time.
Well, this could lead to a bunch of matches too, because I for one would love to see a Diamante and Mercedes go at it.
Oh, thank you. Someone's speaking my mind out here.
Yep. Why not have all her minions, past and present?
Yeah.
Have them all go after her.
I'd love to see Red Velvet too.
Yeah.
Red Velvet's
she puts on good matches.
She does.
I don't think she's a top tier talent, but she's good.
I loved watching her. Whenever Dark and Elevation were on and it was advertised Red Velvet was on the card, I loved watching those.
Oh, I could just watch her walk all day.
Yeah, she's a smoke show. But
fucking
she's a smoke show. She's also pretty talented too. Like,
undoubtedly.
She can have a really good match with anybody. Like she's worked with Jade Cargill, who's just sorry, but she's trash.
Yeah, no, Jade Cargill. I'm not here to right now, and I might get a bit of heat from Fedmarks, but come at me.
Fuck it, do it. Who cares?
Jade Cargill got worse in WWE.
I really thought, and more of hoping, that WWE would be able to refine her talent more. She showed potential in AEW, but she hasn't grown.
All that time in the Performance Center and has nothing to show, and has nothing truly worth it to show.
And she
for
only has herself to blame because they've given everything to her.
They gave her Bianca. Yeah. They gave her one of arguably the best women in WWE right now as a person to lean into and learn off of, and she hasn't.
I'm going to give a shout out here to LaForon because, LaForon, he's a friend of ours, and he's the best. And he does, he always defends Jade, and I'm okay with that. But Jade is capable of having a decent match. But I don't know, with her personality and what we've heard recently, like when there's smoke, there's fire. Like I don't read the sheets. I don't fucking listen to Meltzer. I don't listen to Sean Ross Sapp. They don't exist in my world. I don't fucking listen to them.
Never trust a guy from Cincinnati. Never trust a guy from Cincinnati.
Mox.
People bring this shit to me.
Don't trust Mox.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just, my point is, it's just too egregious to just contrive. Like nobody's making that shit up. There's serious personality conflict going on between Jade and WWE. I
believe that, if someone came at Shayna Baszler, she'd be quick to defend herself.
I would not fuck with that woman at all.
She's a former UFC fighter.
I'm 6'5", 280. I'm not stepping to her.
Yeah, no.
WWE has completely fucked over
Shayna my God. She should have won the 2020 Royal Rumble. She should have beaten Becky at Mania.
When's her contract up?
Not soon enough.
Please,
I do see her leaving.
Come to AEW, Shayna.
I don't think she will.
We will push you. We will push you.
No, I see her going to Japan.
I would love that too. A Stardom excursion would do wonders for her.
Oh, she'll shine there for sure.
Oh yeah,
she would be awesome.
I think she'd win the 5-star Grand Prix in her first year.
Could see that.
Yeah,
and I don't think anyone's done that since Io Shirai.
Which Io, I'm loving this program with Io and Bianca and Rhea.
As soon as she won the belt, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a triple threat.
I really wish I had more time to watch more of WWE because I love when you guys talk about the storyline stuff and on our Discord.
I
can't
storyline stuff from like Reddit and other things. Yeah. I don't watch WWE outside of PLEs. Like I have the ability to watch Raw on Netflix. I just don't.
I watch the Royal Rumble. I watch the Rumble.
Miss the PLEs. I watch all their PLEs.
I watch all but the Saudi shows. It's just because the Saudi shows are never.
I'm gonna watch Mania. I might even stream it on our server. We'll see.
I watched.
If you need me to, let me know.
Chamber.
I'll do it.
Me, and my friend Brian, we do a thing where I go to his house for all the WWE PLEs, and then he comes over for New Japan stuff, and then we both.
Why isn't Brian on our server?
Yeah.
Rollins tried to invite him, but he's rarely on Discord.
I don't care. Give me his number right now. I'll call him.
Oh God.
But we've been trying to get him into the server because he'd be a good fit, even though he's like primarily a Fed mark, but he loves stuff in AEW. I'll give him a rundown on Dynamite when I watch it.
I mean, you guys know how it is. As long as you're not a dick, we don't care what you watch.
We're
all wrestling fans of all sorts.
Wait, you mean like how the people in my server just watch
fuck the people in your server?
Oh my God.
Who was that one person that came over that we had what was their name? It was some stupid long name. It wasn't even like something I can even remember.
Which one?
Anyway, fuck them.
I've legitimately given thought to completely.
The thing about
you shouldn't get rid of that, dude.
Every time I have that server muted, every time I go into that server just to see what everyone's saying, it's always one person saying like, "Oh, but AEW's attendance," or "Oh, but that spot was stupid."
Let me see. Gigi David, go fuck yourself. That's one.
I'm with you there.
Wait, see, boss, you and Gigi David have been. I thought you two were cool with each other.
Honestly, he's usually pretty.
Until he started talking shit on AEW's attendance, we were cool. And then he started talking shit on AEW's attendance.
I don't want to go on a tangent on this guy because random fucking guy picked out of this server, but he's usually okay. Honestly, he usually is okay. But yeah, who the fuck cares about attendance? Who the fuck cares about numbers?
Yeah, it's not
AEW. It's not the 90s. No one gives a fuck about ratings anymore.
And AEW is still pulling off things that no other wrestling company besides the Fed has even come close to doing.
It's just the conditioning. It's a conditioning that something has to be done a certain way, and not being able to just accept the fact that there are other ways to get the same thing done. Like it all comes down to like.
And then we all talk, and then everyone talks about like, oh, but tribalism was a good thing when the Monday Night Wars. Tribalism is fucking stupid. Okay?
It wasn't as intense as it is now. There wasn't Twitter. There wasn't this bullshit. Like, Here's the thing. Rollins, get off Twitter. It's just such a fucking cesspool. Like, there's nothing good to come out of Twitter. Like, don't go on Twitter. When you cut it out of your life, it doesn't exist. It's that simple.
Right.
And you just enjoy what you enjoy.
I've got a fucking hot take here that you guys need to see from our good old friends on Reddit.
Okay. I can't see that.
Barbed Wire Nail should be retired from professional wrestling.
Go fuck
whatever.
Whatever. Well, I do need to respond to you about getting off Twitter.
All right.
That Twitter is oftentimes how I find like NFL content creators and whatnot to do.
I get it.
Video collaboration.
You could always use Blue Sky.
And Rollins, you know what? Do whatever you want to do, man. Like I bust on you, and I hope you know that it's like I'm a very sarcastic personality. Like I don't give a shit what you do with your life, but I'm just letting you know from my own personal experience. When I cut that out of my life, I just enjoy what I enjoy. I mean, I'm fucking married. I got kid. I just fucking like I got free time. I like to just dabble in my free time, and that's kind of what it boils down to. Like if you let all the negativity in, you don't enjoy it.
I get you. I feel like if I cut Twitter, I'm not going to be able to make as many connections for my video collaborations and stuff. So I guess I can't do that.
That's fine. Do whatever you want to do, man.
But no, I get what you're saying though. Isn't it that when the AEW runs that show in Boston at the Fenway Music Hall, they're going to like past WCW or something. I think I read that.
It's coming up soon. I thought they did already. Didn't they already pass Nitro?
I know they passed Nitro, but
Nitro,
I think
yeah.
he's talking WCW as a whole.
I believe that's what it is.
I mean, WCW, yeah, I mean, that's 91 or 90. When did WCW come up from the ashes of NWA? I can't even remember. And then they folded, what, 2000
And
2000 or
then
2001?
NWA continued into TNA.
Yeah, they're nowhere near. I mean, WCW was around a long fucking... Like, Nitro came, what, 5 years after its existence? So...
I think so.
Something like that. I don't know, man. I'm not fucking Meltzer. I'm not going to pretend I am. But it's impressive. I mean, it's kind of cool that... I mean, like, AEW's here. Just enjoy it. And, like, if you don't like it, then don't like it, whatever. But it's got a little bit of something for everybody. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Boston show is on April 16th.
Text me.
Dreezy.
Wow. Dreezy. He's not even here.
Man.
Yeah. His computer's fucked up. Unfortunately, Andre can't be here tonight because his motherboard took a shit.
Yeah.
But he sends his best wishes.
So, on topic with toxic websites and such, scrolling through Instagram earlier at work because I have nothing better to do half the day. Have you guys seen what PCO is up to lately?
No.
I saw that where was he? This was a while ago, so obviously not lately, but he trashed the TNA, what was it? The internet title or whatever?
At a GCW event in Pittsburgh somewhere. I forget exactly. So he had a match for Ring of Honor where I think it was after hours for the one recording. But he's diving through the ropes outside of the ring and nobody's there. Just diving onto his head.
Oh, is
and
he
then he had
or is he just having fun?
Dude's losing his shit, man. I don't fucking know. Then he had another match recently where he jumped off the top ropes, go through a table, completely fucking missed the table.
Oh.
And it was like you fall off the ropes onto the table. Like,
kind of sounds like a little like an angle. That GCW bit, it did seem like it was like planned ahead.
It was planned in his head for sure. Definitely not for TNA.
Yeah, maybe not TNA, but GCW. I think whoever the one ring announcer, the dork that does GCW shows, I think he's funny, but he seemed like he was in on the bit.
A little
from what I
did
saw.
At first, yeah. I don't know if he thought it was like a planned spot or something, and once he realized he should be an asshole, he could have pulled out. I don't know. It's a shame. That guy seems like he's losing it. He's full of himself, so whatever.
Yeah. And then Buff Bagwell just called out, or just said Marty Jannetty's going to be the next wrestler to die. Did you guys see that?
Oh,
No.
He posted some YouTube
Possible,
video.
Man.
I think it's you know how DDP's like tough love. I'm hoping that it's just them trying to get through to Marty.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody that way. God forbid. But like it could be something but people are going like people are posting it and just saying, can you believe this fucking scumbag? I'm just like, well, I mean, DDP has his ways to get through to people. I'm just hoping that this is his way. Anyway, Rollins, Seaboss, did you guys watch Revolution?
Yes, we did.
We actually watched it together, but I watched it the night of myself.
Let's talk about the cage match, because that cage match was probably I don't rate matches. I'm not in that business, but by God, that's got to be one of the best of all time.
I don't think I've ever seen a steel cage match like that before in my entire life. When I saw that, like when they were both on the top of the cage fighting, I'm like, how are they gonna get down? Because they're both gonna go down at the same time. How's it gonna get done? Spanish Fly.
That's awesome.
I had to pick
so
my
cool.
jaw up off the floor.
Just the aura of them walking to the ring. One guy's on the on opposite sides of the cage, just standing there staring at. It's just like, and the entrance, the production that was put into their music, and it blew me away. It was worth the price of the entire pay-per-view. That one match.
And then the two matches before, Kenny and Takeshita putting on a Kenny and Takeshita match, which is automatic 5 stars.
Yeah.
And then Mariah May and Toni Storm beating the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that match should have been the fucking main event. What the hell are we doing?
The spot where Mariah
100%.
May smashed a glass bottle over Toni Storm's vagina made me visibly wince.
That one aerial shot of Toni Storm just like rolling around in glass. That's gonna live in.
Amazing.
That's gonna live in my head forever. Yeah, it was done well.
And then the ending with Toni Storm just cuddling up to Mariah May's corpse.
Yeah,
so before Revolution, the highest rated cage match was Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. SummerSlam '94.
Yeah. I definitely like this more than the Lucha Brothers Young Bucks, and I love
that one. I love that Lucha Brothers.
Absolutely love that. I love the spot where what's his name? Cutler comes to the ring and lobs the Nike perfect.
The thumbtack shoe.
Yeah, I mean, I love that match, but this Ospreay Fletcher match, I don't, like I said, I don't rate matches, man, but this is
Will Ospreay. It was on another level.
Yeah,
it really was.
I also liked that Mark Davis got involved in this match.
Dude got a door smashed over his head so badly he started bleeding profusely.
Which I'll tell you what, this whole Mark Davis, Don Callis family stuff has been so weird. I don't fully.
It's not meant to be.
It's just there, man. It's just there.
It's clear cut. It's just like, well, Don Callis is holding his contract over his head.
Hold on.
Ospreay probably wants to save him.
Rollins, just think of it this way. This whole angle, we ended up with Ospreay versus Fletcher in a cage match. This entire angle. You have to appreciate it. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't think 10, episodes away. Just enjoy what we got. Like, we got out of the Don Callis family angle, we got this match, and it by far exceeded, and I had high expectations, exceeded anything I expected. It was just an incredible match. And
I don't think any of this was planned long term anyways, because you got to think Mark Davis getting hurt. Well, what do you do with Aussie Open right now? They're hot at the time. They're in a lot of matches. So it's Kyle Fletcher kind of fell into the Don Callis family, kind of just to give.
He was kind of a joke. He was kind of a joke at first too. Yeah,
the guy has put on like 40 pounds of muscle. He's one of the most improved talents in professional wrestling today over the past 2 years.
Yeah,
you couldn't have expected him to become main card talent in such a short amount of time.
Right.
So him versus Ospreay, yeah, I mean, it writes itself, but because he's become so talented. So at that point, okay, well, what do you do with Mark Davis when he's not hurt anymore? Like, do you just not use him? No, you throw him with Callis. So things are just
it makes sense.
At first, he had defied, because we were there when he returned. It was in Cleveland at Fright Night, and he came out and he
that's right,
chastised Kyle Fletcher for what he did to Ospreay.
But he's under contract with Don. So I think they're going to, I hope, revisit that eventually where he turns on him somehow. Yeah. I don't know why, but I'm expecting Omega to get involved in that.
I think Fletcher's eclipsed Aussie Open, at least in AEW. I think that he's just a single star. I mean, they gave him a nickname. They gave him a whole new theme. I mean, he's definitely in his own right now.
Is that they could do both with him.
I love his theme music, by the way.
They could have Kyle Fletcher be a singles guy, but also needed, have him work with Mark Davis as a tag team. They've done it with the Hardys. They've done that with Edge and Christian.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's no rules to this. This is fucking wrestling. You're absolutely right. Like, you can do it. He can team with Davis. He can combat him. Yeah, like it all works. It all works. And it's and yeah.
Right. I just hope we have like something big planned for Kyle Fletcher, because clearly Ospreay's going after the world title, which I totally understand.
Yeah, it looks like we've got now 3 people declaring for the Owen: Ospreay, Jay White,
Hangman.
and Hangman.
I think, by the way, we're headed for, what would that be? Swerve Hangman 5 at All In. Which,
Yeah.
But
if we do that match,
But again, the thing is those 2 could do that forever.
No.
Those 2 could fight forever, and would anyone care? No, we'd love it.
my question,
Yeah.
here's my only question. After what they did at All Out, how the hell do you like one up that? Like,
You don't need a one
Brown
up.
panties.
You don't need to one up the stipulation. You one up the stakes, because now there's a world title on the line.
Another thing too that Hangman said
Those are the
last
stakes.
Dynamite is Hangman is focused on himself, so he's a different mindset. So that gives us a different match. Don't think of it like, how are they going to one up? It could be a completely different psychology in this match that they might just have a wrestling classic.
Because now Swerve is trying to get on Hangman's skin. Hangman isn't letting him.
Yeah, it's completely different. Yeah, exactly.
I get that. It's just like, given what we've seen from them, I don't know what else they can do. Like, I genuinely don't know, because their matches wrestled. Like,
Don't even worry about it, brother. Just watch it and enjoy it. Like, you don't have to worry about like, how are they gonna outperform their last match. Truth is, like, their last match was what, a year ago? It's been a while.
No,
right?
It was All Out.
Okay, so
going on a year though. Yeah.
It's going on a year. So, it's not fresh on our minds. Like, we know there's magic there. Just let them let them come up. I have faith. Let's just have faith in them. We've seen magic from them before.
I wouldn't be surprised their next match is just a straight up match.
Yeah, swerve everyone
for sure.
Swerve everyone. Everyone's thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a death match. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. No, it's just a regular match.
I kind of want Hangman to beat him clean.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
think it's time.
I wouldn't do that if the world titles.
Oh no, I don't think anytime soon. I think this is down the line.
Which, like, if you give the title to Swerve at Dynasty, I wouldn't then turn around and have Hangman beat him at All In and hot potato the title. That's not what you want.
Because they just did that last year with Swerve Danielson and Swerve Danielson and Moxley.
I don't mind.
Why would you worry about hot potatoing the belt? Swerve had his run. He's gonna have more than that run too. Like, even if he was to win the title at Dynasty, let's say, for example, he wins it at Dynasty and loses it at All Out. Do you think that's it for Swerve? Do you think he's done? He's going to pursue that belt again? There's more story and more exposition to tell for somebody chasing the belt than somebody carrying it. Just remember that.
That is very true. Look what happened in the later half of Roman's reign.
Or what you and I have both said about
I'll be right back, boys.
Cody's title reign since he beat Roman.
It's been boring.
It has. Outside of the second AJ Styles feud.
I'd say both AJ Styles feuds were pretty, and the Kevin Owens stuff was fantastic. But then you have him with
Logan Paul
and Solo Sikoa, who are both mid-carders.
Okay. Fuck that. Solo should not be a mid-carder, in my opinion. I understand we all hate Logan for various reasons. He's talented, though, man.
It takes he rehearses for his matches for like
100%. 100%. But the man is athletic as fuck.
Yes. And Seabots, you know this. I loved the feud between him and Seth leading up to WrestleMania 39. And that was one of my favorite matches from that WrestleMania because they worked so well together in the ring. I haven't felt that same way about this program between Logan Paul and AJ Styles, but their match is going to be awesome because it's freaking AJ Styles.
God, he's so good.
AJ Styles. Kurt Angle has said that the two greatest wrestlers of all time are Kenny Omega and AJ Styles. And I disagree with that only because the greatest wrestler of all time is Kurt Angle. But Kenny and AJ are undoubtedly up there.
I've never been as big of a fan of Kurt Angle as most people are. And I see why people are. I'm never going to dispute it. Just me personally. I don't know, man. I don't like a lot of the mainstream ones. Like Hurricane is one of my favorites ever. D'Lo Brown is my favorite wrestler. Like I like the mid.
D'Lo was the shit, man. I love D'Lo.
Oh,
you guys are so young. Couldn't mentally recover though. That's all.
I'm so know this. Like everybody's saying John Cena is the GOAT, blah 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 blah. For me, he's not. In my opinion,
he's just the only time he's a 16-time world champion is because WWE pushed him as such.
He's got charisma.
He's got charisma, yes. But he has two of the worst finishers in wrestling. The AA, absolute trash. And if you watch how he does the STF, nobody should be tapping out of that.
How can we have this argument when Mercedes Moné exists?
I mean, Serena Deeb's worse.
No. Serena has better looking finishers than Mercedes does.
I will say this. Well, Sasha Mercedes Moné, excuse me.
Whoever.
I like how she transitions. The fucking finisher's got a stupid name. What is it? Statement maker? Something like that.
I think
you've got the statement maker's the submission, but I love how she does the Moné maker into the statement maker. That's
Thank you.
Badass.
Okay. I think that's a good spot. Okay. Look, here's the deal with Moné. I don't think she's what AEW thought she was when they signed. That's actually not true. I think they knew
it's Tony fangirling. That's what that was.
It's the same thing when he signed Punk. It's the same thing when he signed Cope. But
there's a correlation there, though, too. Like, there's a correlation between how much the women's division improved. Because she was pretty much signed, all in 2023? She was pretty much, she was like a done deal. And that's exactly when this division completely did got better, whatever, upheaval. Like, I think... And the fact that she's working with Billy Starks, the fact that I've said this earlier today, we've come a long way from the Fabulous Moolah era where she trafficked women, took a fucking 50%, 60% of their cut, fucking sexual trafficking, all the bullshit, to fucking bra and panties and like exploitation of women in wrestling. Mercedes Moné, like her or not,
put her face on the belt when she had it, right?
I don't know, probably.
Because I just remember seeing this like old women's title belt with a woman's face on it, and it was the wrestler who actually held the belt.
She was a piece of shit. My point is this: like Moné, like her or not, like she ushered in a whole new era of women's wrestling, at least in North America. I know the Stardom exists. I know, Joshi's exists.
And she put in a. Let me put it this way: in a time where women's wrestling was nothing more than a joke. She, along with Charlotte Flair, along with Becky Lynch, and along with Bayley, regenerated the WWE women's division to the point where it could get where it is now today.
For sure. And just think of like if we're watching the program and we see like Moné like not being as good as Toni Storm, Megan Bayne, like even Jamie Hayter. Just think of how much we've come in just like 10 years since she broke in. Like we've come so far in women's wrestling. I guess my point is, like, I appreciate what she's done for AEW. I think that she's totally, like, just wanting to help AEW solidify just the stellar women's division. But yeah, I mean, I understand the criticisms too. I understand that. I completely, like, I in a way kind of agree, but I always keep that in the back of my mind, like, just how much of a trailblazer she is.
It was Moolah's face on the title. The WWE Women's Championship from 70 to 83. Yeah, it was Moolah.
She fucking burned it.
Ass looking belt too.
She was an ugly ass lady.
Ugly ass fucking belt.
It was a terrible belt.
She was a piece of shit, man.
Oh,
Red leather under this, like, gaudy, like, I don't even know, almost brushed silver.
But again, it's the company she works for. WWE does not have the best track record.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, why? Like, I understand that WWE has gotten so much better. I completely get. I'm happy for them. Like, I want both AEW and WWE to exist, but man, it's an abusive relationship. They put us through so much bullshit throughout the years when there was no other place to watch wrestling, no serious place to watch wrestling. They just fucking like the fucking dicks. Remember the dicks? Remember the fucking these horseshit fucking perverted gimmicks that they would just throw out there and just treat us like fucking.
Oh, and they knew that there's nothing else to watch. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, they just did whatever they wanted. Like,
Eugene as someone who has, like, autism and ADHD, Eugene offends me personally.
I like the character. I know that's kind of a hot take, but I kind of like it.
Another thing, the dog food feud.
Oh, that was dumb. Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns. Ugh.
All right, let's move on. So what's before All In? Like, there's a pay-per-view coming up, right? Double or Nothing first. Dynasty. So what's next on Dynasty? What's the next match they're gonna announce?
My guess is that they're gonna find someone for either the trios titles or the tag titles. And if it's for the trios titles, I'm guessing it's gonna be rated FTR.
Did you guys see the FTR? You saw the Dynamite this week, right?
Yeah, I saw the angle after. I'm intrigued. Are they gonna break up FTR? Why would you do that?
Why I
best
don't
tag team?
No way.
It'd be funny, man. Fuck it. Pull the trigger.
Yeah, I would do it.
No, I think they're setting up. We're getting Cope and Christian versus FTR at All In, probably.
Likely, yeah.
But how are you gonna turn Christian face?
His boys are already giving him shit. I think it was Collision. Who's the Neil Wayne?
Oh yeah,
Nick Wayne.
Nick Wayne.
It was Dynamite last Wednesday.
I don't think you need to make him a face, though.
Yeah, you don't really have to.
No, he's like a comedic heel for the most part. Like he does have, like, mega heat for sure. He's very easy to hate. But
I think they're actually good.
Cope also made his human side come out quite a bit in their feud.
Yeah.
So just focus on that. Look at Swerve, for instance. Swerve's a heel. When it really comes down to it, Swerve's a fucking heel, and everybody loves him.
And
everybody loves Christian.
The funny thing, Bill, is Swerve's more of a heel, and yet everybody goes, "Yay!"
Who's Bill? Who's Bill?
They love him. Yeah, who the fuck is Bill?
I'm sorry. I meant Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Faulkner.
I'm not gonna call me Bill. I don't give a shit.
Let me address you correctly. I'm sorry.
Want me to give you my address while we're at it? Shit, man.
No.
Yeah, we'll pop up on over there so we can put Rollins through a table.
I'll
God
do it.
Damn it!
I have the perfect table for it too.
Oh, sweet! Is it made of real glass?
I actually do have a glass pane.
Wait.
Cry me a river.
All right, Rollins. We're gonna make you cry us a river.
Wait. Speaking of breaking real glass, I loved everything with MJF that he was just looking into a mirror and he fucking punched it.
He punched. Yeah. I don't think the mirror was real, but the drywall he punched through certainly was.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
By the way, for those people that are shitting on this storyline with MJF and MVP and the Hurt Syndicate, go fuck yourself.
At least it's not.
I don't understand. Like, who are you saying has been shitting on it though? Because I personally have not seen any.
Anybody talk shit about that.
And if you're talking about Shane, fuck you, Shane. You're wrong.
I am so
get well, Shane.
Yes, get well, Shane. But you are
fucking Shane. I feel bad. I really thought he was gonna pop back in here.
Wait, he was talking shit on the MJF MVP shit.
Yeah,
I think in the fan hub maybe. Which, by the way, I left that server because Kelson continued to shit on me in the podcast, and
we got our own thing here.
Shade's the pedophile, anyways, man. You don't want to be included in that bullshit. Fuck you, Shade.
But anyway,
damn,
I'll call it out. I don't go fuck.
The only thing that like scares me about this storyline, as much as I'm like very interested in it, the part that scares me is we've tried putting MJF in these groups before. Like we tried it
in the firm.
Yeah, and it didn't.
So I will admit the Pinnacle lasted longer than it should have.
Okay, well, look at who he was with though.
FTR, Wardlow, chair pervert.
Shit. Yeah,
Sean Spears. Yeah.
A guy no longer in AEW.
So you put him with the FTR basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually thought the firm was gonna work because you had Ethan Page in there. Ethan Page has been awesome.
Who's going on to do amazing things? That guy's killing it right
yes.
For sure.
He's gone on.
I'm
the
sorry,
but gone on to do the great stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moriarty's gone on to do great stuff. If you watch ROH, he's currently pure champion.
Pure champion. A very strong looking pure champion.
Oh my god. He undoubtedly is one of the top technical wrestlers in the world. And I want him and Zack Sabre Jr. to duke it out for who really is the best.
That'd be cool. We talk about
Chad Gable
Fed fumbles rather often. Do you think Ethan Page was actually an AEW fumble, or was he just that was his plan to leave? Do you think?
We all knew it.
I think it's a product of he was a good wrestler on a great roster that just had no room for him. It's unfortunate.
He's clearly doing much better now. There's no denying that for a second.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel 100%.
I think though. I mean, I want to go back to that for a second. I like Ethan Page, but Ethan Page was relegated to ROH. How is that any different than NXT at this moment? I mean, Ethan Page.
It's worlds different in my opinion, man. I don't watch much of WWE. I really wish I had more time too. If I did, it would definitely be NXT. NXT is a solid
when
product.
I said fuck you to the WWE in 2014,
NXT separate.
I put all my effort, all my watching hours into NXT, and I haven't regretted and I didn't regret a second of it up until
especially their women's division.
Well, my point is this: it's a great. I'm aware it's a greatly produced show, but I mean, Ethan Page. Like, he could have done more on the AEW main roster, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But until he jumps onto the WWE main roster, until he jumps onto the main roster in WWE, I think the jury's still out. Like, is he a fumble? We don't know. He's older.
I understand where you're coming from, because I do understand a lot of people look at NXT as being...
after Mania.
Shut up, T-Boss. I'll fight you. I can't put Rollins through a table. I got to fight somebody. I understand the conversation of like ROH to AEW is very similar to NXT to WWE. It is in many ways, but you can't argue that the scaling difference between Ring of Honor and NXT is night and day.
Oh yeah, you're
NXT
right. No, I agree.
So much bigger of a product.
Like
for sure.
NXT is on like mainstream TV.
It's treated as a separate product.
No, you're right.
For valid reasons.
And NXT is not only on mainstream TV, but they put on their own PLEs. Whereas like ROH, you have to have like what Honor Club or whatever the hell it's called to watch any of their stuff.
I think you can still buy them off Triller. The pay-per-views.
And I do think it's only a matter of time before Ring of Honor gets a TV deal, but I truly want to see TK let it go.
Yeah.
By all means, hold the reins. It's your company, man. But like, he needs somebody to take control of that.
He needs to see the bigger picture. Yeah, like the revenue it generates, the business deals that engages, but let the book hand that to somebody. I mean, Jeff Jarrett's right next to you. Like, why don't you just hand it to him?
Yeah. I think he should be looking to buy up some smaller promotions along the way as well to increase Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
No reason not to. The man's billions of dollars. Yeah.
By the way, I'm
PWG
wrestling. If that I don't think PWG is a thing anymore.
By the way, I love that.
Yeah, it's
Rev Pro.
Rev Pro. Oh God, I'd love Rev Pro. I'd love to have Rev Pro under the AEW banner. Progress Wrestling's one. I'd love to see.
Yeah.
Buy AIW.
When they were doing the whole thing with GCW, I actually thought that was going to lead to something. They haven't really done anything with it.
As of 2024, it is on an extended hiatus.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
It was created by Disco Machine, Excalibur, Scott Lost, Joey Ryan, Super Dragon, and Top Gun Talwar. I only know two of those guys confidently, and that's Excalibur and Joey Ryan.
Super Dragon?
Oh yeah, Super Dragon. But Disco Machine, is that the same guy as Disco Inferno?
Not at all.
Not a chance.
Completely different guy. Wow.
That guy couldn't run a target. Rollins, speak. We're waiting for you to speak. What were you gonna say about GCW?
He's muted.
Some technical difficulties.
They could buy WXW. Don't buy CZW. Moxley.
You're right though. Might as well absorb all of these smaller independents. Why not? That's what Tony should be focusing on, right? Like the big picture stuff.
I wouldn't say all. I don't want to see a repeat of the Territory Wars.
But it's also a thing of WWE's trying to absorb all these smaller indie talents with that WWID program, and that's basically gonna saturate not saturate the market, but it's gonna dry up the market on indie talent. That they get first dibs on all those indie talents, and that's kind of a monopolist.
Yeah, a little. I mean, that's another thing that WWE, they just want to expand more and more and more. They want to control more and more and more of the industry, because what ends up happening, as we've seen in the past 20 years, is if they can control the industry, then they can control the bargaining agreements between the wrestlers and the company. Like, it comes down to money. Like, they don't want there to be competition.
They can also control what product is being shown out. And if there's no competition, then they stagnate, and we get another 2019.
It all boils down to money. It really does. Like, they just want, if these men and women don't have another compatible promotion in North America to flee to from WWE, then they are pretty much prisoned to WWE and whatever they want to offer them. And if WWE, I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's why they want to control everything. It comes down to money. Everything does.
Yeah. In terms of what I was going to say about GCW before, sorry, I had to use the restroom.
It's all right.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes,
yeah, right. That was fast.
All right.
Did you? Is your restroom in your bedroom?
Yes. But when when they did that whole GCW thing with Matt Cardona and they pulled Ricky from the GCW stuff, I actually thought that was going to lead to something like a partnership between AEW and GCW.
That was just Ricky turning down creative again.
Well, I wasn't trying to get to a conversation specifically about Ricky.
Sure.
But no, that actually was not my intention.
Ricky getting pulled wasn't to punish him. Not at all. It was Tony being pissed at, the other parties.
But my overall point though was like I because they ended up having Matt Cardona challenge for the ROH title, I thought it was going to form a partnership between AEW and GCW.
Yeah, I was hopeful.
But
you have to think too, like there's a lot of stigmatism. You watch GCW, cool. I watch it too, but there's a lot of popular stigmatism against that type of wrestling where I think Tony just has to be a little careful. Like if you have to appease a lot of fucking people when you're in Tony's position. You know what I mean? Like I think that there's just more to it than we don't know. But I agree.
It's funny that you say you have to appease a lot of people because he had freaking Jon Moxley get a giant spike in his back last night on Dynamite. And
I think a large part of Tony doesn't fucking care to appease anybody besides
the sickos.
The people that matter.
Fuck the ratings and shit. As long as he's pulling in pay-per-view numbers, he's still getting contracts for streaming and all that. Fuck everyone else.
I don't see WWE.
Those people are happy.
Like in a world like where WWE is gonna just partner with GCW, that'll never happen. They'll send their WWE ID guys there, but they're never gonna like. GCW is cool on its own. Like, let it be its own separate thing. But as far as like absorbing other independent promotions like Rev Pro, PWG, I think that would be kind of cool and just kind of blend it into our like. It's time for. I mean, Ring of Honor is cool, and it's got a lot of. I'm a Ring of Honor fan. I've been a fan since like 2003. I'm a huge Ring of Honor fan, but at the same time, I know that it's done. It's gone. It's time to kind of
the glory days, at least, yeah.
Change it up a bit. Yeah, like kind of take the Lucha Underground approach. Like, give us something we have never seen before. I don't know what it is, or else I'd be in that position. But like. Make it make the presentation different, like completely change it, like completely handle it differently. It doesn't have to be Ring of Honor. You can call it Ring of Honor, that's fine, but let it evolve into something else. And then
you mentioned Jeff Jarrett, for instance, someone like him, Tony, please back off Ring of Honor. The dude's already got too much on his plate. Just be like, here is this much money in a briefcase. Make this company good. Like, Jeff, just go at it. Just
have fun with
run
it.
A company. Like
by the way, I'm glad they went away from the MJF Jeff Jarrett story because
I'm not.
I would have loved it as someone who has nothing but respect for Jeff Jarrett. I would love to see it.
I would love to see him on TV more. I want to see Karen take a guitar to the face again.
I want to see MJF take a guitar to the face. Now,
I'd imagine Jeff is gonna be in the 0-2 this year again. I would think.
I hope so. Really hope so.
Comes out as a surprise to face Hangman and rolls him up for last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then have Ospreay actually win or not. I wouldn't have Ospreay win it. I'd have Jay White win it because I really would love to see.
Ospreay is gonna start eating some losses, I feel.
Yeah, I could see that.
He's definitely due.
Yeah.
I think like if you want to push someone to the main event, Jay White's the guy to do it right now.
Maybe. Yes. I really, really strongly think Ospreay's first like major loss is gotta be Speedball.
Yes. Okay, run back that match from Impact a few years ago. Peak.
But wouldn't you say Ospreay's first major loss was when he lost the title match to Swerve at Forbidden Door?
Nah, because that had nothing to do with Ospreay, really. That was all about Swerve.
That was mostly Ospreay trying to shut the people up who were saying that Swerve was just holding the title for Ospreay.
Yeah.
That was Ospreay being a company man and being like, no. Here's the plan.
Yeah, especially since those two are really good friends outside of, AEW.
I'm pretty sure like just about everyone Swerve has worked with is someone he is like friends with in real life. And the thing that like I've been noticing with Ricochet's character is I 100% could see if Swerve was the one who pitched it to Tony Khan.
I think that was the case actually, and Ricochet's like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I can undoubtedly see that because Ricochet and Swerve go way back. Lucha Underground, the independent scene.
That's why like when it was announced that it would like the only stipulation would be winner is the number one contender, I'm like, what? Because like throughout the feud they had been trying to stab each other with fucking scissors. So I'm like, why not?
Yeah, there's no way that feud is going to be over. They'll revisit it once, probably once Swerve has the gold.
No, I'm not saying like they shouldn't revisit the feud. All I'm saying is I was surprised that at Revolution it wasn't like a no DQ match or a street fight or something.
That was a great match too. I completely forgot about that match. Like that was good. Up to that point, that was match of the night. That was so good.
Oh, you get the wholesome moment too at the end.
Yeah, it was nice. It was sweet.
Offering the
I hope they don't revisit their feud in the traditional sense, because I don't like when it's like you have to define like this feud. You're gonna fight with this guy every week. Why not just have Ricochet come out sometime and just kick him in the dick? Just have like a little one-off just to show that it's still in his mind. You don't need to have like 6 matches in a row.
You don't have to draw it out. Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Just show that it's still there.
Yeah.
And I'm not suggesting that their match at Revolution was bad. Like C-Boss knows how much I loved that match. That was
it was fantastic. It was probably the most underrated match that night, besides Brody Okada.
And so you guys just mentioned it though. I genuinely did forget about it. There was just so much going on that night that it got overshadowed, and it was a great match.
All I'm suggesting though is like because like they were both trying to stab each other with like scissors and whatnot. I thought it was going to be a street fight or a no DQ match. You know what I mean?
Not every match, like not every big feud ending match has to have a stipulation. Sometimes it just needs to be a match to show, who's willing.
I thought the stipulation of the Prince Nana coat, or whatever the fuck it is, the robe.
Yeah.
Not really a stipulation, but that gimmick.
I promise you, when he left after Swerve accidentally shoved him, I thought he was going to come out and screw Swerve and show that he was working with Ricochet the whole time.
It was a brilliant match. Yeah, like the fact that because nobody wants to see them break up. I think Swerve, the package deals with Nana, you can't break them up. You have to keep them together.
That vertebraker that they hit, it was on the announce table, I think, right?
Yeah, it was on the Spanish announce table, and those tables are reinforced, so they don't break.
That for me, like
I'm gonna go smoke a blunt.
Okay, I'll say that. Let me phrase it like this. Until Ospreay hit that Spanish fly on the top of the cage, that vertebraker was my move of the night. Until Ospreay hit the Spanish
that was sweet.
Fly. Oh,
it's one of the few moments in recent times with AEW where I really like held my breath.
Yeah,
like we know what's coming. Like holy
for
shit,
sure, yeah.
Like
C-Boss, you remember like when we were watching that match, I'm like, get down from there. Get down.
And I was like, well, there's only one way down.
I almost like part of me was like, please just don't. Just don't. Why? You don't need to do this. You're already one of the two of the best wrestlers out there right now.
Yeah.
You don't need to do this.
And again, I'm not trying to compare the two, but there was just something about that vertebraker.
Yeah,
that
it was good.
Like that was my second favorite move of the night. It really was. Like, and maybe that's because I was so invested in that Swerve Ricochet feud. That's just how I get sometimes. Like for me, my favorite matches from Revolution, obviously number one, it was the steel cage match.
Yeah.
I would say number two for me actually was Swerve Ricochet. I thought that was a phenomenal match.
Really?
The only match that sucked was the tag match. Everything else was great.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
I was still okay with the tag match just because they got their moment.
You need a cool down match too. Yeah, you need a cool down match.
Yeah.
I personally didn't love the Mercedes Momo match. I don't know. It was okay, but it didn't quite hit at the level of some of the other matches. But I'll tell you what though, the Brody Okada match, my God.
That was the match I was most excited for. I'm a big fucking Brody fanboy, man.
He's a fucking man.
Okada brings out the best in each and every opponent he has.
Okada can fight with a broom, and he would somehow make it good.
He would get a 5-star Tokyo Dome main event out of a broom. Just look at Kenny Omega in 2017.
Well, come on, that's Meltzer.
Yeah.
No,
Okada could fight a mouse, and he would somehow make it a 5-star classic.
The second he calls it a bitch and slaps it, it's a 5-star classic.
The only annoying part about the Okada Brody match is that the feud had just started like 5 days ago, and you're like,
no, it kind of had been going.
It's been brewing.
It was with the whole Buddy thing. Like Buddy started it, Brody just continued it.
By the way, I'm still not entirely sure what they're doing with the Hounds of Hell. Like
everything.
They're doing what Malachi was holding them back from.
They look strong as fuck.
Yeah, just enjoy it, man.
No, all I'm saying
and also they can't do much with Buddy right now. He's injured.
Oh, that's why.
It was a sprained ankle. It won't be long, but
yeah,
he did go straight to his honeymoon from that match. So
that is true. And also, Julia's getting a match on Saturday with Aminata, a third one.
Yeah, third one.
I'm excited.
That's gonna be nice.
By the way, speaking of trilogies, I want them to do the trilogy between Julia Hart and Jamie Hayter because I really enjoyed their first.
Yeah, where has Hayter been?
Hayter's had visa issues.
Visa issues, yeah.
That's right.
But I genuinely think they were trying to make her and Julia more of a thing.
Yeah, it was, but visa issues. God damn that.
She's been staying active though. She's still wrestling, doing a lot of indie stuff over there.
Yeah, I think I saw her in Rev Pro recently.
Yeah.
I didn't see her physically in Rev Pro. I saw her wrestle a match at Rev Pro. I'm not over there in the UK.
Yeah, she was trying to renew her visa. And
I wish Sky Blue hadn't gotten injured because she was starting to put it together. And
100%. That's
really,
my girl, man.
I was really excited to see what she was going to do. And man, that was just unfortunate.
She's been working a lot with Kyle, though. You know, they did didn't they recently do a mixed tag match? I'm almost positive they just did a mixed tag match like 2 months ago.
You might be right on that.
I'm pretty sure. I couldn't tell you what promotion. It might have been on Jericho's Cruise for all I remember. I can't remember offhand. But they've been working together,
Apparently,
and we've seen how much he's improved.
Apparently, Joe Hendry got a call from Jericho about wanting to go on the cruise, but he decided to skip that to be in the Royal Rumble.
Well, he had already signed up to be on the cruise. So he was supposed to be there. Can't blame the man. He got called for Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame the guy either.
That's why we got our awesome Big Bill moment.
Oh yeah, with Enzo Amore.
Yes, Enzo was the replacement.
And also, did you guys see the clip of Ospreay trying out for the MXM?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god!
I would love to go to the Jericho cruise, man. It looks like so much fun.
I'd love to do a Jericho. I've never been on a
well,
cruise
from
in
what
my
I've
entire
heard,
life.
he can't read books very well.
Ospreay?
Yeah, he's like super dyslexic.
Yeah, you know what? That honestly
whatever.
makes sense.
That's why audiobooks exist.
Right. I stopped reading physical books when I was in high school. I went audiobook only. I had the entire Harry Potter collection. I had all the Percy Jackson books. That's what got me into mythology in the first place. Now I'm studying to actually become a certified expert in Egyptian mythology.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Keep doing that.
Yeah, I've been specializing in Egyptian mythology for a long time. That's why I named my cat the way I did, because there's an Egyptian goddess of cats. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go with that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, boys, it is time for me to dip out.
Yeah.
Yep, I think it is time that we've done this long enough. We've talked our shit.
Well, thank you for joining me again. It's been a while since I've joined you guys for these conversations, and I do like them a lot.
Do we make the? I feel like we should start making this a weekly thing on Thursdays.
Nah,
just fucking do it. Just fucking start it up and just let us know when it's on.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Whoever joins, man. But I know I won't be able to.
Yeah,
guaranteed every week. But I like to hop in.
No, that's worked out.
Yeah, I just can't do it next Thursday because I'll be in Oklahoma City.
Of course,
a wedding. What is it?
Right.
What
no, actually, I'm going to Oklahoma City to see John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies take on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The Rollins. Let's do this every week, but I can't do it next week.
But next week I can't. Why are you? Hold on a sec. Why are you going to that game?
I'm trying to see a game at all 30 NBA teams' arenas.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Fair enough, man.
Nice.
And it just so happened to line up that OKC is facing Memphis in what could be a playoff preview. SGA, John Morant. Hell yeah.
That'll be a good game.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Have fun, man.
Yeah. So I won't be able to watch Dynamite next week because I'm going to OKC on Wednesday. But
cool. Get some barbecue when you're down there.
I'm gonna try to.
Oh, dude, you gotta.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I'm only in OKC for 2 nights, 3 days.
That's enough.
Short time.
It's longer than we were in Pittsburgh when we went for like one night, 2 days just to see the Pens.
So you'll be back in time for Collision?
Yeah.
No excuses. You'll be here.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Collision's on Saturdays, bud. You'll be there.
Yeah, you'll be back. Well, I mean, I don't know if you'll be free by then, but you'll come back Saturday if I did the math right.
I might be working the Monsters game.
Man.
Hey, I got real life shit going on. What do you want me to do?
That's fair.
Fair enough, brother.
Well, again, awesome conversation, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for not being the fan hub.
Thank you, man. We love you. Don't ever forget that.
Boys.
There's a reason we call ourselves the Fan Hub Rejects.
You are loved, you are wanted, and you got this.
Absolutely is. Been with all of you. Been with you, C-Boss Rollins.
All right. Have a good night, boys.